Hey everyone, and welcome to the HypeCheckPod. We are so looking forward to this one, I think, because we haven't had a really good discussion about it. But today we are talking about Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2. Basically, we're prepping ourselves for December, where we're really looking forward to after watching the trailer that came out. Whoa, two and a half weeks ago now. Wow, man, it's been a long time in my life. So yeah, we're really looking forward to Dune Part 3. That looks epic. And so one of the biggest things we've thought about doing, and for me, full disclosure, as always, I have not watched Dune Part 2 until this week. So I'm really looking forward to having my discussion with the guys because, again, they've been telling me forever watch it, watch it, watch it. I've watched one, but I rewatched Part 1, and again, that's going to be another part of the discussion tonight. So we're looking forward to talking about our Dune experience and what we think is going to happen with Ren. Obviously, none of us have read the book, so just to throw that out there, none of us will be able to spoil anything that happens because definitely do not remember or even think I watched the 80s version of Dune with Sting and what was it, Kyle MacLachlan? I don't know, but we're going to leave that alone. And we haven't read the book, haven't watched the old movie that I can remember, and we're going to have a deep dive into the Denis Villeneuve one. So obviously the more modern 2021 film for Dune and 2024 for Dune Part 2. So we are looking forward to the discussion. A little bit of housekeeping as per usual. We are a brand new podcast. Can't say that for very much longer, but we still are. We're a brand new podcast where we look at movies, TV shows, and video games, all the things that we love to enjoy in our spare time. It is a hobby, it is a lifestyle, and it's something that we enjoy as a collective. And again, for me, I love doing this with my mates every week because it's like what we would normally do on a Wednesday night, every fortnight when we go to the pub at least. And it is just that conversation around what you've been watching, things that we enjoy, and talking about movies and going, hey, why haven't you watched it? So that's what this podcast is really about. If you enjoy it, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Please rate us on things like Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're also obviously up on YouTube. There is a Buy Me a Coffee link. So if you think that we are going above and beyond and getting better every week, we really appreciate if you want to buy us all a coffee. I don't know, Andy, was that we're not getting better huff?
It was a refreshing drink.
No, it was just a deep breath. Sorry, I wasn't watching you. But again, if you'd like to support us, that link is in the description. So again, you're more than welcome to buy us a coffee if you feel the desire to. All right. What we might do is let's do our general overview, spoiler-free thoughts around Dune Part 1 and 2. And again, how do you guys want to do it? Do you want to start with, we talk about 1, our collective thoughts around 1, and then do 2, or just sort of throw it together? What do you guys want to do in regards to Dune Part 1 and 2, boys?
I think maybe just a overall impression of Dune itself as like part of pop culture and part of as like a movie, and then just dive straight into Part 1 and Part 2. Just some quick thoughts about Dune, because I'd never really got into it before, ever. So I never read the books. I'd never watched the 1980s movie. I heard about it, but it just never really appealed to me at all. But when I heard Denis Villeneuve was doing Dune, I thought, okay, that could be interesting because he's pretty good. Like he's an awesome director. So that's my relationship with the Dune movies. So yeah, so I don't know. That's my thoughts anyway.
Excellent. Rich, do we take that as his thoughts or do we make him expand on them? I think that's a perfect way of looking at it. I think you just nailed it. So from a question to answer, and then just went, this is my feelings around Dune. So Rich, do you want to follow Andy's suit, man? Do you want to give your just overall impression of the Dune series and obviously a little bit of your history and go from there, man?
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I haven't read the book. I do remember seeing the old 1980s version on TV, like, and it was those ones that was multiple days. It was like remember the miniseries versions. So I do remember that, but I don't remember the movie at all. That was so many years ago. But yeah, I am. And I looked, same aspect as Andy. Director was involved, and you kind of think, oh, what kind of what kind of view could he put into the Dune series, that kind of sense. But yeah, overall, it's great. I enjoy him. In I think we go a bit more into the spoiler territory, but yeah, overall, yeah, I enjoy them, both of them.
Cool, man. No,
What do you think, Dave?
I totally
This is your
agree.
first time watching.
No, yeah, it's the first time really putting two out there. And again, I've only watched one once before, so again, even that was, years and years ago. And as an overall thought, I did enjoy it. I think Denny's look at how he does movies and the flair around the way they're made is really good. So, like you both haven't, I remember, similar to you, probably more, Rich, I remember bits and pieces from the original, like, snippets or things on YouTube or, reels or something or a meme somewhere where you just have all these bits and pieces where you look at it. And again, as we get into it, more things make sense as we look at this new version. But no, I thought it was really good. And again, I'm really happy that we do this every week because it makes me watch things that, I'll watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it and then never get around to doing it. And so for watching part 2 yesterday, it really started to get me excited for 3. And I know when we did the trailer reaction weeks ago, not as a joke, but as a thought around, sci-fi trilogies, is this one that's one of the best? And I'll save it obviously for spoilers and our bigger discussion a little bit later on. But I think it's a really good question because I think through 1 and 2 that we've seen now, and obviously 3 is coming, and again from that trailer it looks epic. So hopefully Dune is, but yeah, same as everyone else. I really enjoyed the films. I thought they were really good. Obviously, we want to have a little bit of that deep dive around everything, but yeah, it was good to see too. And again, we were talking about this last week when we start to do prep around, so a peek behind the curtain. We have just a discussion around what do you want to talk about, and it came up that maybe we should do Dune 1, then maybe we should do Dune 2, and then do we save it for later on the year? And it's like, well, I really wanted to see it well before having to rush and try and do it in December, and I just thought it would be a good opportunity to do it, and I'm glad we did. So for me, I really did enjoy it, and again, it was actually 2 was pretty good. I'm saving everything. I enjoyed it, but I'll save the full-blown commentary in for a couple of minutes. So yeah, enjoyed it. So okay, we're all on the same page around the enjoyment around it. I think let's get into it and let's do you want to do your overall impressions of 1 and 2 now, like as separate in entities, or do you want to just sort of we talk about 1 then we talk about 2? Because yeah, it is a discussion to be had both ways. What do you guys want to do? Should we just jump into 1?
Yeah, let's just jump into 1 and then
all right, let's jump into 1 now. Again, for you guys, I'm going to start with my reaction for it from a spoiler perspective. So for everyone,
Spoiler territory.
Yeah, that was all right. 7 minutes on spoilers. That's all right. Watching part 1 again, I didn't like it as much. I didn't enjoy it.
I agree.
I did not enjoy it as much the second time.
What?
Yeah.
I think that the CGI looked really shit. Like the CGI looked kind of rubbish. Nah,
what?
Like compared to as I watched it, certain parts just looked really.
Which part?
Which part? When they're dropping one of the spice mining ones, the background is really shit compared to when the ships are landing or something like that. There were just parts where it didn't look as clear or as realistic as other parts. So when you're looking at the sand at the beginning and as they go through, that looked really cool. And then just little bits where they had things in the background that just were a bit like they looked like matte paintings. They didn't look as good as I remember. Now, again, watching it on HBO Max. So, yes, I'm watching it on OLED TV, but it's a streamed movie. I'm not watching the physical media, so I'm not getting the blackest blacks and stuff like that. So for me, when I looked at it, if it looked shit on my TV while streaming, I didn't think it looked as good graphically, like in the background from backgrounds and CGI perspective. In saying all that, however, it still looked amazing when they're fighting inside the castle, when they attack at the end, when things start to happen where you go and see changes or things were darker. It looked really good. Some of the space parts didn't look as good. Then as the ships are landing, it looked amazing. So I thought it was not as good as I remember it. And that's why I'm like, I'll save 2 for 2. But yeah, I didn't think it was as good the second time. Rich
So you've only seen
agreed
it
with
twice?
me. So I've
So you've only seen it
I've
twice?
only seen it twice.
Seen twice.
Yeah, originally once, and now this week is the second time. And it was prior to watching 2. So I hadn't watched 2. I rewatched 1 before I went to watch 2. So yeah, it was a little bit different. So, and again, not that I was disappointed. I still thought it was good, but I was like, I think I hyped it up in my head a lot. Oh, that movie is so amazing. And maybe it was because at that point in time, I was just caught up in what it looked like, how it was done, how awesome and massive the scale of the movie was. Maybe I had taken into account I was on a bit of a hype train. So that is me. Rich said something similar. So, Gelfie, I'm going to make you go next because you may disagree completely, or you may not. So I don't.
I've got a.
What do you recommend?
I've got a different point of view.
No,
maybe
go
you
for
need
it.
to
I want to hear.
Maybe you need to upgrade your TV, but I saw it at the movies the first time.
Okay.
And I had no idea what the fuck was going on. So I was just like I said, I don't know much about Dune at all. And if I recall, we were late to, like, getting into the movie. So I missed the first 10 minutes of the movie. And I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
I remember you saying that.
So I was already behind.
Yeah.
And couldn't find my seat. Anyway, there was just a lot of shit going on. But anyway, I didn't know much about what was going on. I was really confused, and I had to wait until I bought the actual 4K just to rewatch it again.
Yep.
Just so I could just sit down and just sort of concentrate on what was happening, and it made 10 times more sense. So I really wasn't looking at the special effects and all that. No, that's part of it. I was mainly focused on the story and what the fuck is actually going on.
Because there's a lot to take in.
Yeah. Like who the Harkonnens are.
The Bene Gesserits. And like,
all that. Yeah.
What is all this magic?
All yeah. What does it all mean? So I really, from that standpoint, I really enjoyed the movie, like just following it through and learning more. And then obviously after watching the trailer, I rewatched parts 1 and 2, and my impression for the third watch of Dune Part 1 was I loved it. Like, I know it's slower, it's a little bit more takes time to sort of tell the story it wants to tell, but the story seemed a lot clearer to me. And it's relevant, I guess, in today's world as well, I suppose. It kind of, you can assign different, who's who, who the Baron is and who the Fremen are and who the who the Harkonnens are, etc. But so I enjoyed it from that point of view. As far as the special effects go, I really didn't notice any. Like, I wasn't really looking at any. I didn't see any flaws that stood out to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my impression. Yeah.
No, man, and that's a perfect take too, because again, one of the first things for me were the special effects, because not that I wasn't getting lost in the story, but again, I'm probably taking from recency bias. I watched it yesterday or 2 days ago. I watched it when we got back from Foster.
Yeah.
So I watched it after a 4-day weekend with the boys where I could just sit down and go, and I enjoyed the story side of it. So that's maybe a different point. So, Rich, before we keep going, hey man, what do you think? You were nodding when I said that you didn't enjoy it as much the second time. Man, what do you mean? How can you not like them all?
No. I don't mind. I looked. I do enjoy the movie, but this is my third time watching it on 4K. So I think, I don't know if this was due to the story. I fell asleep halfway through it.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah. So
Okay.
this is
That's
the
all
third
right.
time watching
That's all right.
it.
I fell asleep
Yeah.
in part 2.
And I think as Andy pointed on, the story does get a bit slow in part 1. It does, like, I get it. Like, from the old days, I also forgot to mention, it's also a loose inspiration to Star Wars. You see the kind of the inspiration parts of it, Spice being number 1. But it's too, I think it's too many characters hitting at one. It's just hitting you at one hit, right? So you've got all the Atreides, the whole backstory, who they are. Because how do you say, when you get to the part of it, and it's like, why do you feel for the Duke when he dies? Spoiler alert. That kind of sense, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of was where, you got the Duke, you got his wife, his son, then you got the Harkonnens, then you get mentions of the Emperor, then you get mentions of what's it called? Who are the Bene Gesserit? Gesserit,
Bene
I think it's called.
Gesserit, yeah.
Gesserit, yeah. And then you got a whole bunch of other characters who you got that you lead into it and you go, okay, he dies, but do you feel any emotion for that guy dying? Like, what was his name?
Duncan.
Yeah, Duncan. It's like, he's only in it for like 5 minutes.
I felt the emotion because it was Jason Momoa. I don't know if he's even the character. It's like Momoa without a beard and shit. Wow, clean shaven, his hair tied back. He's just a different person. Right? Yeah, maybe I was just feeling for Aquaman. I don't know.
So that's where it kind of gets. I think I enjoyed it a bit more when you watch it back to back, because it's one long story and you kind of more involved and interested in what's going on. If you watch a one part and it's like you haven't watched the part 2, so like recently, you kind of get it's all right, but still enjoyable. Action scenes are great, all the war stuff, and then you get to the Fremen at the end, which is whole visions at the beginning, and then you finally find in the end, then it just cuts off. I remember that at the cinemas.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What just happened? And you could tell, and you could so tell it was coming too, because I remember just again, I don't remember watching it the first time. So this second time was really obvious when it's the first and only time the movie goes black. Story, everything happening 2 hours 35 minutes
at the
later,
end.
and it is one black frame and you go, oh, this is the end. And then this is directed by, and I'm like, wow. So it makes heaps of sense.
So I think it's more, my point of view is the story, how it does it. It's like it does drag on certain bits, and it has to do some character development and all that kind of stuff, especially with Paul. But overall, like special effects, I do see your point of view, Dave, because I think it's maybe the director's point of view, because there's a lot of film grain being used in it, and there's a lot of what's the word, when it's just always in the background. It's, you could see the,
you guys are crazy. It looks like awesome.
It does look crazy. It does look good, but I think he's got certain film aspects to film, IMAX and all that kind of stuff. It might have not come out right, but I still enjoyed it. I still see it,
and that could be a total point too, right? And again, for everyone, it doesn't detract from the enjoyment of the movie. It was just something I really noticed more watching it 2 days ago, whereas very much, we've been watching things with so much visual flair, etc., coming on, and then the sci-fi epic that I remember being really good. I just sort of look, that's a bit not on the cheap side, because that sounds so mean and rude, and it's so not on the cheap side. Like, there's some worms. The worms are massive. Let's be honest.
Again,
right? And so it was just bits. Like, I don't know what it was. I'll try and find them eventually. We'll check it out one time. The thing that both of you said for me, and I think that's the real important thing, is putting them all together. Now, when I finished 2 last night, and we're not talking about 2 yet, but this is just where my mind's going. I was so hoping that, in December, they play all 3 movie marathon and you sit there, watch 1 and 2, and then you watch 3. I would pay to do that. I would love to see it in one continual, like, one day, just one after the other.
Tough
No, it is like that's
marathon.
what the 2 of them together is almost 6 hours, right? It'd be like five and something hours, and then add on the new one. So let's all assume part 3 is going to be at least close to 3. There's no way it's going to be shorter than the other 2. There's no way it can be. So I sort of got myself excited last night going, and they don't really do it anymore, but it would be awesome if they just said doing part 1, part 2, and then, maybe it's release night, right? 1 and 2, and then at whatever midnight or 9 o'clock, whenever they can show it, like local, and then just launch a new one. I was like, that I would love to do. Yes, it's a long amount of time, but it would be interesting to say. So, okay. Let's rewind back to it because again, I hope everyone's not getting that I didn't like the movie. The story of the movie and how it's acted, directed, and the amount of, characters, like Rich said, that had to be included in it. So don't take my not being impressed with the special effects in certain parts of the movie to detract from the actual quality of the movie. The movie is, to use my new weekly quote, it was fucking awesome. It was so good. Like it is a great way of taking all their stories and everyone. Obviously, this is episode number 6 now of our podcast. My take on things. I hate heavy dialogue. This movie's got a lot of talking. There's not a lot of action, but it was well done, well acted. The way the movie works, the dialogue. Yes, you have to pay more attention to it. And there were certain things that I hadn't really caught in my head in the beginning as well. Like I did not realize that Paul's mother is not married to the Duke. It is his concubine. It's not actually his wife. And when he says it in the room before they get attacked and before he gets captured, I had to rewind it. Then I had to put on the subtitles because I didn't understand, or I thought I was hearing it wrong. And I didn't actually realize that it's not actually, it is a partner. It's not the wife. It's not the Duchess. So it's like, oh, wow, I've never really taken into account it that Jessica isn't.
See, didn't catch this is where it's until
this was it. That I caught and went, and it's only because I didn't understand what he was saying. Because when he said it was such a weird line, I was like, what the fuck? And not that Oscar Isaac is a wonderful actor and speaks clearly. He does. I just couldn't catch it. Threw on the subtitles and went, oh, okay, don't remember that from the first time. But it was such a good twist into it. Again, bringing in the Brenda Jezer into it as well with, like, she seems to be the only one that's always scared and doing the I will not fear. It's like, she's always talking to herself about it, where the others seem to be more confident in their belief. It was quite a really weird twist, and especially to what happens later, which we won't get into until a little bit later on. But yeah, from the story part. So Rich, third time sort of made more sense the story, or was that Andy third time made more sense with the story, or just
third time for me? Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's starting to get a lot more cohesive for me. Like to understand what's going on, who's who, what's going on, who these bloodlines are, all that kind of thing. Kind of Game of Thrones-ish a little bit, I guess, as a comparison, like just knowing, there's House Atreides, there's houses. It was just a lot more cohesive, I thought, after watching it for the third time. And maybe that's not a good thing, I don't know. But, it'd be interesting to see, watch it a fourth time, how much I get off from it when I watch the whole trilogy, as a whole.
But I don't ever think that's a bad thing, right? Just because you have to watch something again to get.
No, it's good. It is good.
And you got to take in other bits, like the part about him not being married to her and all that. It's like those things that because you're so. I don't know. For me, I'm so in awe at the visual that I pay. Dialogue is probably the thing I pay the least amount of attention to, and that's me. That's not the movie. That's not directors. It's not the way it's written. Just sometimes I get lost in looking at it. And obviously, for me, the first thing I went looking at was, no, the backgrounds look shit. Where Andy was like, oh, I was so concentrated on the dialogue and it finally made sense. It's like, you know, different people do different things. So when they look at it from the visual medium, obviously. So when we look at the movie itself, I want to know what you guys gave it on your letterbox, because this is kind of where I'm very stuck. So, Rich, so DUNE Part 1 is 4 for you. Gelfie, what's yours, man? I'm going to go, and I had always believed it was a 4 in my head until this week. I'm going to give it 3.5. And there's a reason why, and obviously everyone could probably guess what the reason is, but you know.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.
No, you gave it a 4.
Yeah, I gave it a 4. Overall, it's a great movie.
Like, I really enjoyed it, but I think it's too early. Too early to talk about too. I think.
Having said that, you know what else I gave it 4?
Well,
Roadhouse. So that's why.
Original
question. That's what's
okay, original.
What did you give the Delta Force? Come on, man. What did you give that?
Man, I didn't finish. I'm not going to rate a movie I didn't finish. So I can't rate it. It's TBA.
TBA, because
another movie that's about, you know,
that fits into the modern day of where we sit, even though it was made almost 40 years ago. Almost 40 years ago. Okay, so sorry, I'll bring it back.
I don't think I've seen that in 30 years,
dude. It was so serious compared to what I wrote. Okay, let's save that for the end. We'll talk about the Delta Force at the end, because Andy never finished it. When you're looking at this particular movie, now again, we're talking about Part 1. From a perspective as a filmmaker and people that view films a lot. Now, both gave it 4. Now, I'm struggling to do any higher than 3.5 because I thought it was really good. Now I'm sort of like, it wasn't amazing, and I don't know why. Why in your minds did you guys give it 4? Now, again, I know I'm going back a bit for both you, sort of pushing a little bit of pressure on remembering why, but is there anything that really stood out to you in your guys' mind that made you give it a 4? Because as soon as I turned it off, I was like, that's such a 3.5. I can't give it 4 in my head. And it's like, what have I given 4? Weapons? Did I give weapons 4?
Yeah,
I'd have to have a look.
I didn't give it a 4. What'd you give 4.5? Or 5?
What did I give? 5 was Sinners. What did I give?
Sinners, that's right.
I think I also gave.
Was it Scream? No, it wasn't Scream.
I think I gave Twisters. You guys talk. What did I give Twisters?
So, I guess, just trying to think. It's like it is a movie that you need to rewatch, and
yeah, definitely.
And I gave it a 4 because it is a spectacle to watch, and it is an experience to watch, and it is entertaining for me. And there is a deeper story. There is a story that's based on these books. So it's actually 6 books, I think. Internet can correct me if I'm wrong. In the series, and they've just condensed it down to 3. So maybe the Dune purists, they might have an opinion. They might not like it. I don't know. But for me, it's just that it was a spectacle. There is a awesome story. It's the beginning of a story. I always knew that there was going to be a part 2. It didn't faze me that, you know, the way it ended. I kind of anticipated it, and you know, that was fine. I don't think they planned to do a trilogy initially, but because 2 was such a hit, that's where they went. But yeah, I gave it a 4 because I really enjoyed it. I really do think it's the beginning of a trilogy that we haven't seen in, you know, since maybe Lord of the Rings. I don't know if that's too hyperbolic, but you know, trilogies, you know, are very far and few between these days.
And for you especially too, the fact that you would compare it to your favorite franchise, probably of all time.
I'm not comparing it. I'm just saying. Like,
but there's still an element that's, you know, like, compared to your most favorite set of movies ever made, and then comparing it to go, yeah, it's good. Like I'm not saying, no, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying it's equal, but I'm just saying that you really must have liked it to put it up there in a just as a statement, not comparing it to, but just saying in a statement with your favorite. The most epic masterpiece and the epic masterpiece ever made of Lord of the Rings. So yeah, okay. Sorry, because you were going, no, man, I didn't. It's so not Lord of the Rings. I go, I know.
I miss. No, it's not that. It's just the fact that it's a trilogy that's going to be, that's I'm anticipating. That's all.
Your format of your trilogy is the way that I would say it's like
it's an interesting story. It is an interesting story, and it's around spice, which you could it's substituted for. It obviously is substitute for oil. Blah blah blah. It's there's meaning behind the story, and again, I haven't read the books, but I think there's relevancy in the story, which which is intentional from the writer.
No, definitely. Rich, how about you, man?
Yeah, so definitely in the same kind of the way that Andy's thinking, that it's a good entry to a part of a trilogy, right? So I would compare it to Star Wars. Dune 2 is your Empire Strikes Back. Your Dune Part 1 is your A New Hope, right?
Yeah.
Talk about a hero, what he can do, what he can see, and what into the future and all that kind of stuff. But it all comes down to your hero, your that one main character that needs to get out of his shell and see what's going to happen, that kind of sense. But yeah, I did really enjoy the story in that kind of aspect, even though I fell asleep. But I still, from the beginning, I did like the first time watch. It's as we all, like as Andy said as well, we probably need a couple of rewatches to understand what's going on. As we never read the book, we never watched the old show or the miniseries as well. I forgot to mention that there was a miniseries in the 2000s, I think. But yeah, it's not a hard watch. I guess if you really like your hard sci-fi, it's right up there, because well, I guess we're all sci-fi nights, right? So we love our Star Wars.
It's an easy watch for sure.
So
easy to watch,
yeah. So we can watch this with, like, I could probably say to my wife, and come sit down and watch this. You'll probably think it's the worst movie on earth. But for us sci-fi nuts, especially me being a Star Wars nut, you could see the
massive
kind of inspirations and inspirations that that where it comes from and all that kind of sense. I guess this is Denis' version of his Star Wars, his sci-fi epics.
Yeah,
because it is a sci-fi epic, and it's I guess number 3 is based on a different book, isn't it? Not the
I think it's Dune Messiah, or is it Messiah or something? I don't know. One of those. I don't know. There's 6 books. So I think it's all.
Yeah, there's a lot of books. Yeah. So the character development, all that kind of stuff, as I said before, there is a lot of characters to get yourself involved with, and to look at from start to beginning. But I think it made it better if you watch it back to back with number 2. I find it much easier to watch it, easier to understand, to say who the houses are, who the leaders are, who the emperor is, and all these kind of stuff. But I guess we'll lead that into number 2. But yeah, and it kind of gives you those little sprinkles, and when it hits number 2, you kind of get, okay, that's where it comes from, and all that kind of things, and go from there. So yeah, that's what I get. I'm a sci-fi nut, so hard sci-fi, give it a 4, easy.
No, and it was more of a question to figure out, like, the mindset around it too, because again, you guys made really good points around it, and for me, I think the characters were extremely well done. Like, I'm just glancing down at Wikipedia and I'm looking at all the actors involved. Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Stellan Skarsgård. Okay, I'm going to say Batista, but you know what I mean.
Batista,
Stephen McKinley, Zendaya, obviously, and there's just Javier Bardem, Momoa. It's just like it's such a mad cast of people that fit into this epic story, and I think it was really, really something I enjoyed. Where I think the characters all sort of worked in the movie, and I think they all did really well. I think Rebecca Ferguson is a fucking crazy actress. Now she just does well in what she does. It's the same as like we talk about other people like can't blank. Hit myself. Emma Stone, like just head first, deep into a role, does everything well. And I think Rebecca Ferguson seems to do really well in the roles where she can burrow into and sort of get her nose dirty and do this. And I think this was a really good role for her. And even like I said before, even with Momoa, it's just like it was almost a different type of Jason Momoa acting. It was just like, oh yeah, you're not just hey, the biker from space. You're not just Lobo. Well, not yet Lobo, but coming to be Lobo. It's just like I think he sort of pulled off a little bit of more a deeper side of his character than you would usually see in a Momoa one. And again, Rich, you said it a few times about that exposition, like we're trying to get all this background, all this information while moving forward, while trying to get the story to a certain point. And I think what they really did well, and Denis did really well with this ensemble of actors, is to make it work in this epic scale. And like I said at the beginning, some bits didn't look great, did not take away from the epicness of, as everything leaves their home planet and is traveling, and as everything moves, and they've taken everything that we know a little bit later on, and we understand that they're moving everything to Arrakis, and they're taking they're packing up the castle, and they're taking even the bull's head. And again, you see the story from his from his grandfather, from Paul's grandfather. The reason that's symbolic, that stupid cow head on there, you hear the story about that was what he lost to. So he won. He must have won and defeated this stupid animal, but also may have taken his life, because that's the story that his father says. So you hear him talk about it, and he's like, "What?" So that stupid bullhead, Andy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But again, I think they did really well to fit so much. I'd say it's a long movie, but it's not a movie where you sit there and get bored. Like, again, I don't want people to be mistaken with, I didn't like some of the CGI compared to I didn't like the story, because the movie was amazing. The way it worked, the way the story was told, how everything fit. For me, as you all know, it wasn't boring. There's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of exposition. There's a lot of explaining this, that, and other to make you understand that point in time when they're betrayed. And we get to see Paul start to have those leadership qualities. Now, again, from going into 2 until 3. From part 1 into part 2. Do you think there is a significant change in him as a character, or do you think everything's really seems to come out? Because Paul goes from very, hey Duncan, hug. Brolin's character, hug. Like, he loves everybody, everyone that looks after his family. They're like best friends forever. And then the collapse of House Atreides happens, and then you see him. I don't think he goes a little bit harder, but going from the Messiah,
he's completely different.
Yeah, you're going from a kid who's he looks like not a spoiled brat, but you can tell he's a prince, that kind of sense, from lovey-dovey, and he's high-fiving everyone, I'm coming with you, for your trip, thinking he's invincible to the right at the end he has to kill someone in the duel.
Yep.
So it kind of goes, so in his character development you can understand where he's lost his dad. His whole family is nearly dead.
He believes everyone else is gone.
His whole clan.
Everyone else is gone.
His whole clan is dead.
Just him and his mother.
He thinks is all that, but then in the background he starts to have visions, right? And he doesn't understand those visions. That's why he gets the what's her name, Chani. he sees it at the beginning of the movie, and then you don't see it till the end of the movie. It's like, oh, okay, now I know it's going to finish.
I need to change Wikipedia pages. Well, no, it's just more that there's information there than anything else. Gelfie, so you're in the same agreement? You think there's a massive character development and change between the ending of 1 into part 2?
Yes. He's yeah, like he finds out the Emperor is like behind everything as well. That they're all, it was just a whole setup. The whole looking after Arrakis was just one big play from the Emperor to get rid of that house. So yeah, but he, like Rich said, he has that duel at the end, and then leading up, and then in the second one, can we talk about the second one now, or?
Yes, we can talk about the second one now. Go for it. You've been hanging. It's just like, I know I tried to drag that out a little bit. I was trying to drag that out a little bit longer.
Yeah, like in the second one, obviously, he develops into something else completely. But he's part of a Fremen. He's surviving, and he uses the Fremen. Or he plans to use the Fremen, and then he becomes part of the Fremen, and then he wants to use the Fremen or lead the Fremen to a new life. So he definitely changes. He kind of believes that he is the chosen one by the end of the side. That's the impression I got anyway. By the end of part 2, yeah. And there's obviously a lot of things that happen along the way. Yeah, no, look, man, I think part 2 is definitely the stronger of the 2 movies so far. I thought it was more epic. I thought it was definitely more epic. It goes another level when he drinks the worm juice.
The worm juice.
Yeah.
What's it? The water of life or whatever it was.
Yeah, and to be honest, I fell asleep on this rewatch, and then I went back to it from where I fell asleep. I was just tired. It's because there's a lot going on, and but rewatching it like wide awake, I could really, I just thought this is fucking awesome. Like I like where it's going. Yeah, and again, I have no idea how it relates to the books. So if there's people out there that say, no, this is not true to the book, or they've just tried to cram everything into this one story. No idea. So, so to answer your question, Dave, yes, he changes a lot.
Yes, he changes a lot. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to move into 2. I will save myself until the end. So, obviously, Andy, you really
just tell us
enjoyed it.
now.
No.
Just tell us
All right,
now.
it was fucking awesome. 2.
Yeah.
This is probably why I had more issues watching 1 the first day before, and then getting to 2. I wasn't disappointed in 1 in any way. I enjoyed it. I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is good. I am looking forward to 2 because you two especially, I say people I know, and I mean you two. There are other people I know that enjoyed it as well. But you two really were like, no, 2 is really good. You have to see it. And it's the one I hadn't seen. So when I put that on, it starts with him dreaming in the desert. He's part of the Fremen. He's there, and he's cornered. Like he's not this leader yet. And then by the end of 2, obviously some shit goes down, and he is like, he's like a Jedi. No, not really, but I enjoyed it. I thought 2 was awesome. For me, I am going to give that 4.5. It was such a good movie, and it looked better than the first one. So this again is where it's kind of weird for me, where the visuals really carried into me enjoying it more. Now I don't know if that's real, if that's just my head telling me, the other one was a little bit shitty because it didn't look as good. This one looked more amazing than the first one. How epic everything was, riding the worms, and how they migrated the village on multiple worms, and watching Paul do it for the first time, and him struggling to do it, and how well it was shot, and to be able to make sure that you could see your actor flying in a sandstorm, representing that he's on some massive beast, the grandmother of all worms, and also still make it visual to be seen and be understood, while also giving you the stakes of what's happening. I thought it was so good. Austin Butler was hilariously good as the nephew, like, you know, as he was so good. So again, don't know what that leads to with Pattinson's character. I don't know even if it's from the same house or if it's from a different house. So that'll be something to see in part 3. But yeah, man, I couldn't believe how much I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed it so much because I had the story in my head already. So I get why people would struggle with a 3-year gap in between seeing this and the first one. That would make sense. You would have to watch this before seeing part 2, just to sit and go, okay, I'm ready to go in and understand more of the story because it's going to give me more. And I think my advantage was I had to wait an afternoon, watch one night, and went, yeah, okay, let's put on 2 now. And I think that made it really easy to watch it and sit there and go, okay, I understand where the story is going with Javier Bardem's character and how he goes from that I don't trust you to he is the one. And again, it kept making me laugh because I had so many Neo references in my head.
Yeah.
Just use a different word. Just stop saying the one. Like, just use anything else. Like, even just put Messiah. I don't give a shit. Use the word Messiah instead of the one.
He does. He
uses all the terms for him.
Yeah.
What is it? The Lisan Al Gaib or something?
Yep, that'd be it.
I can't pronounce it properly.
Oh, you did it better than me, man. Yeah, Lisan Al Gaib. Yep.
And then everybody says it for the whole movie.
The Messianic figure. So yeah, and that was cool. And I think that's where I like the character. I like to see the twist on his mother and where she goes, and to the point where, like, you know, she's always had a fear of, you know, the other Reverend Mothers or the other leadership within the Bene Gesserit, and so she was always sort of like, again, she's always mumbling that prayer to herself, you know. Don't let me fear, whatever the words actually were, to the point where at the very end, she's like the mother of the Messiah. And even when Paul shuts down the, can't remember the other statesman of the Bene Gesserit, when he's at the end of the fight where he just tells her to shut up.
To shut up.
Yeah. I was like, fuck me. And then his mother, they talk in fucking, you know, mind code. Just going, you should have had more faith. Like, this is where she was actually probably plotting from the beginning. It's just like, I am. And also, you know, spoiler, there's the other child, and Natalia Joy she's very, very vocal in the stomach, in the womb. So that was a lot of going on there.
And how is she talking to her?
And how cool is it they have mad dialogue and they all talk as a family? Yeah. And one's not even there yet. So again,
it's like, what is she saying? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What is she saying? She's not born yet.
Yeah,
that didn't make sense. That didn't make sense to me, but I just went along with it.
Well, also the fact that it's, you know, he's drunken the worm juice, so he's taken the whatever the elixir of life. He's done that, which men shouldn't do. He's communicating with his unborn sister in the womb by his mother, and they're all having a conversation as a family. And I was just like, holy shit, man. I like twisted shit like that. Like, where the story got really good. And like we said at the a couple of minutes ago, the extreme dramatic change between him at the end of 1 and at the end of 2, you know, he's accepted. Well, I don't know if accepted, and maybe this is a question for everyone. Do you think he's accepted the path or the visions now that he's able to say and have clarity? Or do you think he's gone, no, fuck this. I am going to make this what it needs to be? Because remember, he keeps seeing scenarios, and now we can see him through the full path of each one. So he's like Doctor Strange. He's going through the 7 billion different instances of stuff. Do you think he's making those ones more still from that revenge side, or are you thinking he's wanting to do it to free the Fremen and actually have them be, you know, have paradise be created there? Because there's so many things where I sit and think there and go, you know, he's one of them, and then fuck, he's really not. He's playing everybody, and then it's like, no, he's really not. He's on his mother's side, and then he's not. He's on his sister's side, and I don't understand how he's on his sister's side because she's not born. And I'm just like, fuck,
Mm.
man, this is going everywhere. And I don't know where I sit in regards to how I think about him as a character, because I'm like, and Timothy has done him wonderfully, like that confusion, that fear, that, scared young boy to this, this leader, or even when he fights Austin Butler at the end, like, he's not the most powerful, but he's been trained from, a young age by the best to be a warrior, and living with the Fremen, being out and surviving has made him a little bit tougher. So again, it was a really good fight, because they weren't two overpowered men, but they were just good fight and probably almost equally matched. So back to the original. I enjoyed it. 2 was really good. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I'm so looking forward to 3 now, because
Sweet.
it was excellent. Rich, how about you, man?
Yeah, I gave it a 4.5.
Nice.
Actually, good point. Watch the third trailer after you watch number 2 now.
I
It's fresh in your head.
went to do it last night, fell asleep on the couch. I had made it through the movie. I went to YouTube and I started, and I saw other things recommended, and then it was 6:32 in the morning. I was like,
oh, Jesus,
I'll
dude.
watch. So I had a good sleep on the couch. Like, I was upright too. I was like,
Oh god.
but I finished the movie. That was all that was important. I was excited to go and watch the trailer, so I'm going to do that after our session tonight. Sorry, man. What were you saying?
No. Like, I gave it 4.5. Like, I guess if we go back to Paul's story from beginning to end, you kind of, I think he's flowing through his visions, right? Because every single time he sees a vision, he makes a choice. So the beginning half of the movie, he wasn't making a choice because he knew he'd kill hundreds of millions of people if he chose that path.
If he went to the
But
south,
at the end, and then in the end, it's like, all right, he touches a piece of stone, has the vision, he's fine. He's talking with, what's his name? Jamis.
Oh yeah. The guy he killed at the end of one.
So he has a vision for him, and he just 180 changes his mind and goes south, and then starts off this whole, But I believe, like, my point of view, it's all to do with revenge, right? He wants to.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah.
He wants to avenge the death of his father more than anything that he's thinking of. So even to the point at the end when he's fighting the Emperor, he just wants to kill him because he knows what's happened, and now he's beating his champion, and he's like, okay, now I'm gonna now I'm gonna ruin you, that kind of aspect. But it was great that his character development and where he's come from and where he goes is totally different when you think of it. Like the first half of the movie, when I first saw it, I thought, no way he's going to be, he's going to be the one and all that kind of stuff, and he's going to follow that path. But it proves you wrong, that's for sure. Because even when it's like doesn't he have troubles? That's how him and Chani get together, right? Because he's having so much troubles with the Fremen, the actual culture and all that kind of stuff. He learns the language quickly, but he's still doing things that are not correct. He's not learning things correctly, and she teaches us and all that. And that's where I was like, okay. And then, and then he kind of does the 180 as soon as he gets those visions. I believe it's out of revenge, and out of those visions, he sees that. The only question I have is his mum, like he's a reverend mother. Like, what's all that? Like that, I don't understand where that's leading to.
And I like that they had it for each, like, family or, I don't know, clan or it was quite funny because the Emperor had his own reverend mother there as well. That wasn't the same one as the other one. And then obviously Lady Jessica becomes the one for the Fremen as well. And it's quite interesting to see how the Bene Gesserit actually affect everything. And they're such manipulators. Like, it's so, like, that from the beginning. That is not a spoiler for anyone. From episode 1, they are making the decisions for the universe around what they want. So they've created the legend of Paul of being the Messiah, and even all that to control the Fremen and how their culture works, to give them faith. And then for Florence Pugh's character, again, her being the Emperor's daughter, but also being trained in the Bene Gesserit way as well. Like, again, like they're fucking with everyone. They're in control of everything, and seeing that even where now for the end of 2, I think Jessica has her own. So Lady Jessica, Paul's mum, has her own story or her own claim now that she's actually pushing. So I don't know if it's always been around Paul. Is it the daughter? Is the daughter more important than him? Is he laying the way for his sister to be, this powerful Bene Gesserit? I don't know. Like it's incredible where the story used to then go, because she obviously, well, not obviously, because she may not actually be talking to anyone. It could be part of the power that the Bene Gesserit have, right? Like they're influencing that there's a conversation where there really isn't. And again, it freaked me. It spun me out the first time I heard Anna Taylor-Joy's voice. I was like, that makes sense. No wonder I see her in the trailer for part 3. Okay, it makes heaps more sense. And you do have a flash of her in it anyway. Again, when she's
also, I think it could be the spice, right? Could be the spice.
Yeah, he's high as fuck.
Because it's in everything.
Yeah. He's high as fuck, that guy. He can't breathe. He can't eat food because they put spice on the food. So, again, he's constantly hallucinating everything. Like, how much is real? And half of it's the spice doing the hallucinogenic thing for Paul and everyone. But I think that was a really good point because I love how they did Austin Butler's character. What's his? I love how they just made him just such a cocky fuck through the whole thing. He's not in it for long, but when he is, he makes Batista look like a bitch. And it was just like, in real life, we all know Dave's bigger than everyone in the universe, but it was so well done in regards to how they just made him so arrogant about everything. And even when Léa Seydoux is, mind fucking him, trying to figure out what's going on and, figuring out, and even when she walks away, he goes, he's but even that, he's giving me a daughter. I made her a girl. Yeah. I made the offspring there. So again, they're just capturing bloodlines of all the powers in their hands. And it's just like, what do they do? Do they sit there and do this for hundreds of years and then wipe everyone out and start again? Is this what's going to happen? They've got all these chosen children to start all these houses again, and then just start it over. Like, who knows, man? Again, none of us have read the book, so we don't know. So if you're a fan and you want to tell us what it actually happens, chuck it in the comments. We'd appreciate it.
But also, it also goes to like Lady Jessica's heritage, right? She came from the Harkonnen,
so, and she's a Harkonnen,
and Harkonnen. So that kind of puts a twist to it, and that's when he starts like talking to his cousins and stuff like that. And it's like,
and then he says it at the end. He goes, yeah. Like even that line where he goes, "Oh, you wouldn't be the first cousin, relative I killed," and it's like, wow. Like again, that twist around that. They're going to survive because they're the most powerful because they're actually of Harkonnen descendants. Like they're the most, one of the most powerful of the clans that live and survive, right? And so even that would be an interesting twist because obviously that was the point. So they've got Atreides, they've got the Harkonnen, they've got Paul, who's, a descendant of both bloodlines, and then his sister as well. She's going to be the same. So there's just that breeding of them all. And even Léa Seydoux's one where she's got another female child that she's pregnant. It's just like, fuck. And I know what Florence Pugh is going to have, and she's going to have one of the Atreides and the Emperor's bloodline. So, that'll be, the beginning of episode 3. Sorry, part 3. Can't call it episode 3. Everyone will get confused with Star Wars. Sorry. Forgive me.
Part 3.
Part 3. So, it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting twist on it now. Christopher Walken as the Emperor. That was so mad.
That
was just like
that tops the list.
That was just like fuck yeah. We just got the coolest motherfucker on there and just made him the Emperor. Just went, yep. And
it's like, I could see him backstabbing people and then
because he was paranoid as fuck about losing power. Again, I guess that's the whole story and premise of these films and the books itself is that, people are afraid to lose power, so they gain power and then afraid to lose it. And even when they're talking about, when the Emperor talked about was it Leto, his father, how he
Mm.
wasn't right to rule because he actually cared about the people and other people. So when he so in one, when he saves everyone from the actual spice miner, he lands so they can pick everyone up and sacrifice. It was never about, when he says, he doesn't say fuck the spice, but he says leave the spice, get the people out, and you can see that he just wasn't who the emperor or anyone around them we can see as this leader, because it wasn't what they wanted leadership to be. It's so well done, man. It's just like, and then again when you see that it is Christopher Walken, well, hey, hey, we all know.
Is he in the original movie?
Hey,
is he in the original movie, the 1984 movie or 80 whatever it was?
Ooh, I have no idea.
I don't know. I heard that he was, and again, I
maybe
someone want to fact check me.
Yeah. If you want to fact check it, I will keep talking with Rich.
Well, I want to see what did Andy give it.
Oh, did you not say? Hold on. No, Google and then tell us.
Yes, he is. He's definitely in the original.
Yeah, it was David Lynch, right? Was it David Lynch?
Yeah, it's David Lynch.
Oh, hang on. No, sorry. Christopher Walken did not appear in a 1984 Dune film.
There you go.
Yeah, he's not in it.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know why I thought. Yeah,
no, we like to fact check. We like to fact check live, so we will do these things as we go through. So again, don't be afraid of us. We will look at things if we feel so guilty that we could be wrong. We don't want people to get upset. Andy,
yo,
what'd you give it, man?
I gave it a 5 out of 5.
Ooh. That is all right. That is all right. I can understand why.
I
can understand why, but tell me why, man.
Again, I saw it at movies. Saw it in D-Box, so with the moving seats. It was fucking awesome watching in D-Box. Because you feel like when you're on one of those, those dragonfly helicopter things, it starts going through, like on the seat moves. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Again, I think it really tied the first movie a lot. Like it made the first movie a little bit more clearer. Obviously, you get more of the Fremen point of view, and I actually found them more interesting than the Atreides house and all that kind of stuff. I actually found the Fremen the most interesting thing about the movies, and I really like the story that it builds, the history that it builds, the lore within the Dune universe with the Fremen and stuff. I thought it was really awesome. And obviously the action's fucking epic. Those 3 worms at the end that burst through, when that's right. They find that stockpile of old weapons,
atom bombs.
yeah,
the atomic weapon.
that was an interesting twist. Like, that was to me, because that's like shit that we have now, and then
and it's all the powers have them, right? And like, the fact that they moved it from their original homeworld to here, so they brought them with them.
Yeah,
that's why he knew where they were here, because it wasn't originally, they moved them so that's probably why everyone went early, and it was just like, that's a mad point.
They can travel through space. They can travel through space, but there's still the threat of nuclear weapons, wherever you go. Look, man, and that's what I really enjoyed about it. Just overall, it really built the lore up. If they didn't do a part 3, I would have been okay with that too. I think it just ended really well. So this is
agreed.
part 3 is like a bonus really for me. And again, I think it's making it a trilogy. We haven't had a trilogy as good as this since Lord of the Rings, in my opinion. Sorry, Star Wars. But I didn't like the sequels.
I understand, man, and I think that's what makes it really interesting for me too. Is for the first time watch, like, it had me, like, I was so into it, and like you said, this one, the story just made more sense. Now again, giving
Moves
us the
faster.
backstory and understanding, get it for part one. So again, laying the foundations for what's about to happen. Got it. This was just better in all aspects, man. Like you said, I enjoyed the story more. I liked more of learning that Fremen lore as well. Like even when she catches the little baby worm to get the elixir, the blue juice, the poison. I think it's the elixir of life or whatever they call it. It's something of life.
The water of life.
Yeah, the water of life. I just was like, dude, that's cool as shit. So even when the next time you see, I think it was the Harkonnen that actually get taken a little bit later after that's happened, where they actually get swallowed. And you sit there and go, oh, they're just going into that poison. It's sort of like you think of Star Wars references, or you think of going, they're just stuck in the belly of this beast and they're poisoned, they're hallucinating if they survived in the first place. Again, because it seems very unlikely for men to survive through the actual poison. But yeah, man, it was just all well done. Again, Shiny's character, this is probably only one of the few that I'm not
really
blown away with.
I think
the character's good, but I don't know if I buy Zendaya in it. I don't know why. I don't know why that seems to be a thing with me. It's almost like she's acting. And I know that's a stupid statement to make for an actress in a movie.
Are you saying she's a bad actor?
I'm not saying she's a bad actor. I just think
she doesn't suit the role.
I don't think they have chemistry. I don't think they make sense as people that, Paul's been dreaming of her forever. For as long as we know his story. She is the focus of most of his dreams at one point or another. And then when he meets her, we don't see any of that at all in any parts. There's no parts that we actually see that come to fruition. Again, there's the choice that he made that differs from it. So, yes, she doesn't stab him, but we never see the look in the cave when they're walking in part one. You never see that look unless I missed it. And again, I thought that would be something you would bring back to, I've seen this moment, just again to have that recognition of it's happening. And then I don't think they have chemistry. I don't think they work as a couple anyway. And again, maybe we don't have time to learn and grow with it. But
I guess this is, I make a contradictory statement because I gave it a 5
do it
out of 5. But it is missing an emotional thing. And I think Rich, you said before, like when someone died, you don't really feel anything. And the only time I actually thought that there's a lot of emotion was when Paul rises to become this, Messiah type figure. That's the only time I felt like, true emotion within the story. I didn't feel any, like you said, you're right. There isn't much chemistry with Zendaya's character and
you
Paul.
buy how he feels, right? You buy that transition from him going to no, I don't know, but I'm going to use it to my advantage to no, I am the Messiah. Like he completely I think you said it before, Andy, he does the 180, or Rich, you said it, where he just goes and understands, now I'm going to manipulate the people for my own will. Now, good or bad, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but he is hellbent on that revenge, and he's going to use whatever he can. And now he knows that the people believe in him, the people that don't, his mother's working all them. Now as the as the Reverend Mother, she's turning all the non-believers in the South, because she's done the North, while they're out doing what they do to survive and take out all their Harkonnen ships while they're doing their spice mining. She is preaching the gospel of Paul Atreides. He is your Messiah. He is going to take you. He's going to turn this land into paradise. And I think he's the only character. No, actually, I take that back. I think his turn and how he becomes powerful is probably, like you say, one of the more emotional parts in there. Like you sit there and you buy it. You believe he believes it now. And he sells it. He sells it fucking hard when he's got everyone together. And that's when you sit there and go, dude, you're a great actor. Like that, I believe you just sitting there preaching, just telling everyone, I am the man. I'm not going to kill him. Why should I? I don't need to. He believes me already. I don't need to take his life, because guess what? half of you believe that I am. So fuck yeah, I'm in control.
But back to the emotion part, I guess
Mm.
also you go to that. If you watch it back to back, you kind of get the emotional like ending that Gurney and Paul have. They kill who killed the clan.
Yeah.
So he kills the Baron, and he kills what's his name, the cousin, the nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to say his name, aren't I?
Why can't they be easy like Paul? You know?
Huh? Yeah.
Everyone's
Paul.
He's Raban.
Yeah.
So Batista's name is Raban.
Oh yeah, Raban. Yeah.
So when Gurney kills him, you kind of sense that satisfaction as well with the Baron. It's like, yes, they're dead. You know, you've accomplished what you wanted, but you still have that one step left, which is the Emperor. And I think that's where I think the emotion comes with that character development from if you watch it back to back. Because if you think about it, if you watch number one and you have few years, because I think number one came out during COVID as well, right?
21. It's supposed to come out in 2020. It came out in 21.
It went 21.
And then 2024 was two. Yeah.
You kind of have 3 years to think about it. And then if you don't watch number one before number two, you're kind of like forgetting stuff. I would have forgotten plenty of stuff. But you have that emotion of that revenge at the end of part two, right? That's what, from my end, that you do have that satisfaction. You know, he did accomplish something.
Yeah, and Andy, you said it too. You could have ended it there. The revenge of Paul Atreides is done. He's done what he set out to do. He's destroyed the Emperor. he's beaten his champion. He's taken his daughter, and it's like, okay. And I think that's where, like, I don't know. It just Shani's character just, I don't know. I don't know what's for me. It's just a little off, and I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know.
I think she was pretty good. I don't.
Yeah. I haven't seen many things with Zendaya, and to be completely honest, I've watched Spider-Man. Never watched Euphoria. I've never watched anything else. I don't know. The tennis fucking movie she made where she, fucks everyone to make them better. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't want to watch a lot of her movies. So again, maybe it's just that I don't watch a lot of it. So again, I don't watch a lot of movies with her in it. So maybe it's just me, and I'm just not a fan. I don't know. There's just nothing there between me for those two, especially when she's supposed to be the love interest, and obviously she's going to be the heart of everyone else. Is just like, no, you've turned, and not for the right reasons. Like something has happened to you where, he goes, I'll always love you. I'm going to take your daughter as my wife, and it's just like there was like no hesitation in him doing it either. It's just like, I will love you forever, blah, blah, blah. And then 2 minutes later, kills his cousin and then takes the Emperor's daughter. It's just like, okay. And his character, I believe, right? And then when she storms off, I'm like, I don't know. But that's probably the only character for me.
Yeah, and it's the final shot of the movie, right? When she
walks off. And then it goes black and you go, fuck, that's the end. Here it comes.
Which also leads to the trailer. How are they still together?
Is he dreaming? Is the spice fucking with his head and he having another vision of what? Does this choice, if I take this choice? Yeah. All right. We're at that part.
We got plenty. Yeah. Sorry. You got plenty of Zendaya movies this year.
Yeah. And again, like I said, I love her in Spider. I think she does all right in Spider-Man. Again, she's good in the Spider-Man movies. So again,
you just say it. You don't like it there.
I'm not a massive fan. Okay, I'm going to say it. Internet, come for me. I don't give a shit. I got broad shoulders. And again, there's got to be people that also don't agree that Zendaya is the greatest actress in the world. She's probably a lovely girl. She looks like a lovely person. She has a lovely husband. Her and Tom Holland, beautiful couple. That's great. Yeah, just don't know about her acting. So again, I'm sorry. I'll take the shot. Looking forward to. So sorry. Let's go. That's before we get to the, what are we thinking about 3? And again, we are people who don't know what's going to happen. The ending, the end, the battle, how they infiltrate, they take over. That was fucking epic. That was such a good end, and how Paul is actually sitting there strategizing and telling everyone where to go. And you've seen, obviously, he is now the leader there. And, you know, even Gurney, you can see, like, you know, his pride in, oh, you know, this person that I've taught forever, you know, strategy, how to fight. He's now leading an army to go and, you know, go and battle the Emperor and his, I can't remember the warriors of his, like his army, like them and the Harkonnen, and go and have this battle.
I think they
How'd you
called
go-
the.
so did you guys enjoy the final battle?
Best part of the movie.
And I think it's good.
Well,
that
the whole movie, it leads up to that, right?
builds up
So
to
the
it,
whole
right?
movie. Yeah.
And the fact that it works, and then again that final line around it being, you know, when she's talking. So when Lady Jessica's talking to her baby, who has a name, it says here, I just missed it. What does it say that her name actually is?
Alia?
And
Alia?
yeah, Alia. That the Holy War's begun. So this is, you know, it's all been preordained to happen, and how cool it's going to be. So I think I'm extremely excited from that ending. So I will definitely have to. Huh? Is it?
The other army, the Emperor's army.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Sarah Duke. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. Known as the Emperor's Blades.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Man, you're on fire with the internet tonight, Gelfie. Thank you, man. You are our head facts man. You're the head of facts for the Hype Check podcast. That is now your role.
Question.
Yeah, man.
I'll give you one more question.
Going. Keep going. I asked multiple questions.
What's the whole negative thing with the Harkonnen planet? Did I explain that or not?
Like,
I can't remember.
So it's like inverted. So it's black and white.
Oh, the black and white. Yeah. I don't think they ever explained it, but that threw me. My head was so confused for a bit.
Let me.
Like I knew, fact checker. Gelfie on the fact checker. Have a look at the why is the Harkonnen planet inverted? But was that their homeworld?
Yeah, it was. It was the Harkonnen homeworld when they had that Colosseum and everything.
The Colosseum and the inverted black and white explosions, and it looked like just die. That was fucking amazing. That was so well shot. And then Liz would do.
Unless they're on spice as well.
Maybe the whole planet's on spice.
Because it orbits the black sun, a star emitting ultraviolet infrared light rather than visible light, which drains all color from the environment. There you go.
So they do have an explanation for it.
See? Did we get that in the movie? not from Wikipedia.
I can't remember.
I don't remember everything. So I just spun out when everything went black and white. I was like,
yeah.
But it looked amazing. Like that the way it was shot, the Colosseum, that was mad. Actually, let's go back to the Colosseum fight. I love that Colosseum fight. I think it was so funny where he obviously cocky because he knew he was going to win until he realized that one of the House of Atreides was not drugged. So he was actually full conscience to fight. So again, even that where, you know, his uncle was like, well, you know, I just want to see how you do. And even the Bene Gesserits are there, and they're also looking at him as a perspective of, again, another leader to lead somewhere, or something goes wrong, or Paul Atreides doesn't happen. So I think it was really cool how they did that. And that planet's fucked up. That threw me. I was just like, what's going on? Why is everything black and white?
That threw me off as well.
It's inspired by the novel. It's not described in the novel.
Yeah,
that's what the.
It's just the way the planet is. Okay.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was.
And just that race, the Harkonnens they're just devoid of color. I guess they're just.
Well, it's true. It's just black and white, right?
Yeah,
so
black and white. Yeah, right.
Just
and
animals.
that oily healing thing. Whatever that was.
Yeah, and they got these weird creatures around as well.
Yeah,
there's some weird spider thing that's just hanging around.
The spider that does nothing.
Yeah,
that spider where it's just in, and she goes, you know, your pet needs to leave, and he goes, no, and she mind fucks him to move. Like again,
And he
And
has like
Ezra.
servants that does that my imagination?
Well,
Was that my understanding?
the girls ate
people.
part of them. Yeah. Part of his
Yeah.
everyone that people that he defeat would be brought into their chambers, and some of them would eat them. I don't remember why Stellan Skarsgård kills the two chicks in the tank either. You know, when he's getting fixed up in the goo and
Oh
The
yeah,
oil?
you know,
You mean the oil?
yeah, the magic gold and black oil, and then Batista's at the door, and then you just hear him kill him, and then there's no explanation to why that happened. So, yeah,
No.
Denny, you need a companion piece, mate. We need 2.5 just to explain all the bits we don't get. And it'll be the same as Project Hail Mary, right? Read the book, you fuck.
Read the book, yeah. It'll be like read the book.
I don't read books. That's why I go to the movies, man. That's what I want to know.
Favorite movie?
It's got to be an
Can't wait to
amazing
watch it.
book to make me read it. All right. What else haven't we talked about? Because I do this every week. I think we have a really good show, and then I listen back to it, and I'm like, fuck, we didn't talk about this. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Is there anything you can think of at this point in time? And again, don't worry if you can't. Is there anything you would like to talk about? Is there something we haven't touched on? Is there an opinion around either 1 or 2 or going into 3? We might save 3 for a little bit because I'd like to talk about some ideas for 3 after this. But is there any last point you would like to make? Something that you wanted to talk about that sort of we haven't discussed? Is there anything we haven't touched on? Music was fucking awesome.
Yeah, what did you think of the
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, see,
that's it, really. Yeah,
Hans Zimmer at his best.
It's such Hans Zimmer music too. It's so well done. What do you say to that?
Another vinyl I need to add to the list. But that's the same thing, right? They're saying that in the trailer for part 3, everybody's going nuts about the chant, which I didn't pick up on. I like literally when we're doing the trailer reaction.
Yeah,
did not pick up on it because I was just looking at all the visuals of the trailer.
Okay, I need to rewatch the trailer again because that'll be cool.
Hans Zimmer.
And again, I probably got a better understanding of it now. Like it looked cool as fuck. Like I looked at that one and went, yeah, man, I liked 1. That was cool. This will be sweet to see. But after seeing 2, like 2 was such a good movie that again I'm now more excited for 3. Even though I was already excited, I'm actually just as excited even more so now, just because I did enjoy 2 so much. And I think the thing for me will be if I can do it and force myself to watch 1 and 2 in December before we go and see it, and to see again how I feel about 2 after a second watch, 1 for a third watch, and then leading into, because I just want to have my mind ready for where are we going with part 3. Gelfie's gone down some rabbit hole. He's found all these facts. He's gone crazy.
There's one thing we did miss. There's one thing we did miss as well.
Mm-hmm.
Have either of you watched a TV show?
No, I have not.
No,
have not.
I've heard it's pretty mixed. I've heard mixed reviews.
Well, it's about.
I'm not really interested. I don't know. We should watch it. Actually, I should watch it. Yeah.
How about we should watch it and talk about it? We should watch about it, like do a side episode or something about it, because that would be something I'm actually up for now, knowing that this was so good, just to see what it gives that story.
Well, it is called Dune Prophecy, so I'm guessing it is about his fate.
Is it, or is it about him, or is it about the Bene Gesserit setting up these wheels in motion hundreds of years ago? Like, that would be cool.
Yeah.
A bit more research.
Go, man. Go.
So
fact checker Andy.
6 episodes. There's 6 episodes.
6? Oh, that's not much.
6. Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah.
It's got Ragnar Lothbrok is in it. From Vikings. That's the only person I know.
It's like, that's the only one.
Is it Aussie guy? 7.3. Okay, yeah, I'm too how consistent. Right. Yeah, we should watch it. Yeah.
There you go.
Another one to the list.
That's something we can do. We can look at the actual television series as well, which will be interesting. Again, for me, just to say, it'd be nice to have a little bit of, different part of the story, or to see where it leads to, what it's about. Because, like you said, Gelfie, it's a 6-book series. Where 2 or 3 movies in, there's got to be a little bit more that we're missing. So again, it would be very, very awesome to watch that. So I think we'll tee something up, and we'll see if we can do that. Have a little bit of a watch. See, look at the rabbit hole he's going on. His mind's working.
Yes. I had to make sure I wasn't full of shit. So yeah. $77.45 for the whole trilogy. For the whole 6.
Oh wow!
There you go. There's the physical media being shipped. It doesn't always have to be an Ultra HD movie or a vinyl.
God Emperor of Dune, Heretics of Dune, Chapter House Dune, Children of Dune. Wow. It's a lot of Dune.
You're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it, man.
No, man. No.
Audiobook.
Yeah. Oh, done. I'm gonna do that after I listen to Project Hail Mary. It's sitting in my thingy. What's it called? Audacity is not what it's called. Audible. Well, when we copied all the Audacity is the audio software, and Audible is what reads it to you. No, I did it. I got it. Amazon Prime, you get your free Prime credits, and you get stuff for Audible as well. So I bought it. So yeah, there you go. I'll get the Dune series of books. Probably never listened to them. That's what movies are for. But hey, it's okay. All right. Last part before we get to the end of the episode is, what do you think's going to happen in part 3? It's almost like we have to rewatch the trailer again, almost, right? And sort of go, I mean, you guys have seen
He's going to take on all the other houses, all the other part of the alliance.
It does. So the other houses, right? It does look like in the trailer he does go after the other houses, right? And then his sister's involved in some aspect.
Well, that was it, right?
She's the Messiah.
Like, that's what I reckon. I reckon she is the whole point of it all. She is the Bene Gesserit's whole point of everything. Like, she's got those mixed bloodlines.
Let me see if there's any clues in the book.
Anyway. Oh, there will be. It's just like the whole story, right?
It's the title.
But even that, like, it's interesting, right? Because Rich, you said it before. Sorry, everyone, for choking on stream. That you see those pieces with Chani as well, where she's, all the dreams, and then the trailer has them together. So do you think him seeing his sister in this is also like one of his visions? Do you think it's actually, or do you actually think she comes to pass? Because I mean, she's got to be, that's got to be like pushing it into 20 years in the future, right? She's not young looking, and she's still not born. Yeah. So, like, is it?
Yeah, it could be, right. Is it a vision?
Is it a vision, or does it actually? Is it part of it where they move that far forward into the story? I mean, it looks.
Yeah, epic, we haven't read the book, so we don't know the backstory of it. So we're kind of guessing here, right? So, if we're looking into the future, he doesn't look older. He does shave his head. He shaved his head, and he's looking a lot wounded, as he's got scars on his face and stuff like that. Yeah. So it could be 15 years into the future.
Massive time jump. And again, Anna Taylor-Joy, she can look whatever age she wants to, man. She just doesn't. She's so young.
Looks young.
She could be 15 forever, that chick. She's very pretty, but looks so young. Except in the gorge, she looks like 20.
Yeah, she looks odd with a freaking 50 cal.
Yeah.
And she's just shooting things, and I'm like, what the hell?
All right. So we don't have any clues about Dune Part 3. All we know is that we are going to watch it, and we have done a trailer reaction that's available on this channel as well. So if you're interested in seeing our thoughts, I don't think we talk much. I think we say a lot of, fuck, looks amazing. I think there's a lot of that. So, but if you want to just prove me wrong, just go and check that out. I'll leave a link for it in the description as well. I'll leave a card here for everyone. So check out the actual Dune Part 3 reaction. Boys, we did well. We are under our own longest episode, but I did say we'd talk about it a little bit later. And again, I want to, because Andy and I went away this weekend with a bunch of our friends. And because Chuck Norris has passed away, we were trying to find a quintessential Chuck Norris movie to watch. And I'm gonna put this one on me. I think I influenced everyone to watch Delta Force. So that is what we watched. There was 9 of us to start. By the probably 20 minutes to the end, there was me. Everyone dropped like flies. I do not remember Delta Force being as serious as it was. It was so funny. So what we've been watching this week is the Delta Force with Chuck Norris and Lee Marvin. And I couldn't believe that this story was so old. So, we're going close to 40 years now. And it was so prevalent to today. Like, everything about that story just could have slotted into last week. It was pretty incredible. Hey, Andy.
Yeah. It's fucking weird.
Like, it was, and I've watched this movie heaps, and I do not remember it being as serious as it was this time.
Way too intense.
Like, you see Chuck in the beginning?
Yeah.
He's off. I'm leaving. I'm never going to do this again. Saves his mate's life, carries him to the chopper. I'm not going to wait for him. Takes off, and he retires. And then an hour later, Chuck Norris returns.
Yeah, it takes too long for Chuck to come.
I was like, oh my goodness, man. The setup in that movie is opposite to Dune. It showed you every part so you couldn't mistake what was happening with that story until Chuck Norris shows up. Eddie, I know you're not going to review it in any way, but we're going to
have to watch it from the
Delta Force one. We're going to have to do the Delta Force one day, man. But yeah, I just wanted to say that's what I watched this week, because I ended up being the only one that made it through the whole movie. Rich, I didn't get to F1. Obviously, being away, it was a bit hard to get it on. And I was like, I really wanted to focus on Dune 1 and 2. So I didn't watch F1. So I'm going to keep F1 in my pocket for this week, because it was a toss-up. I was going to do it. I didn't get to do it, but I really want to do it. So I'm going to keep F1 for this week, because I really want to see this movie. I need an excuse to watch it.
Watch it. Definitely watch it.
So that is me. Andy, did you watch anything else before we went away or when we got home?
No, man.
It's just like, I played a bit of Resident Evil. And that was it.
Liza P.
We need to do a video game one. We need to do a video game one eventually. Maybe
Such a good game.
We should just do one on Souls likes.
This is only my second one. So.
Dude, you've played many ones that are influenced now. Yeah.
Demon Souls I got, but I didn't. That's
Demon Souls. You played a little bit of Wukong.
I finished.
Did you try Elden Ring?
No. I'm getting myself to that level, so
you got to get to that point.
An actual From Software game.
Yeah. Sekiro.
No.
Sekiro is one I would tell anyone that's not a massive fan of the Soulsborne genre to go and try it, because it's not like any of the other games. It is fucking awesome. So Sekiro, man. Get Sekiro. Try that one, man. That one it sort of disillusions you for every other From Soft game. You sit there and go, oh man, that's so good. Give us another one. And none of them are the same. None of them are like that anyway. Yeah. But it is good. But again, enjoy Liza P, man. Liza P is mad. Such a good game. Yeah. Rich, because you've been home, I don't mean that in a mean way. It's because you didn't get a chance to go away, and the van were a bit unwell this week. What you been watching, man?
I've watched a fair bit, actually.
Rich is going to go, because you guys were away, I've watched 25 movies this week.
Well, Dune 1 and 2 was what part of it? MCU, still going with the MCU.
Oh, what are we up to in the MCU, man?
Did Guardians and Spider-Man Homecoming, so Spider-Man Homecoming is still pretty good. I still rate that.
I think I might have to go down a Spider-Man one. I might have to do the others before the new one comes out.
Yeah, same. I like them. I do actually like the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
The intro to Spidey in Homecoming
Didn't
is
like the
pretty
trailer,
good.
though.
Especially after watching Civil War, so it's good.
Yeah, that's always it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did go TV show side and I watched Task, Andy.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Did you
Middle
have?
drags on. The middle drags on, but
It's very
episodes
slow
5,
burn.
6, and 7.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah, slow burn, but the last 3 episodes, good.
I think they're doing a second season.
Oh yeah, that'll be
Mm.
interesting. Same character I'm taking in different task force.
Yeah.
But yeah, highly recommend, Dave, if you've got time. It's only 7 episodes.
What was that one?
Task.
Task.
It's on. It's on HBO Max.
Okay,
Yeah.
easy.
And-
That's a favorite. Yeah, Rich, keep going, man.
And my worst movie of the week was Never Been Kissed. I don't know why Wendy wanted to watch that, but my wife wanted to watch it.
Who's that one?
It's an old 99 movie with Drew Barrymore.
Oh, yep. I remember that cover. Oh my goodness, what an old man.
She wanted to watch a rom-com and got to that one. I don't rate that one at all.
Did either of you watch episode 2 of season 2 of Daredevil, Born Again?
I saw episode 1. It's episode 2.
Sorry, episode 1. Yeah, episode 2 I think is tomorrow.
Yeah, I watched that.
Started,
I watched episode 1.
Okay,
it's good.
Do you watch it, Gelfie?
It looks like it's.
Yeah, I watched season 1.
Did you watch the episode 1 for the new season came out last week? You didn't get to see it?
No, mate.
Okay,
I'm not a big Devil fan.
It's good.
I enjoyed the shit out of that one. It was good. I like the suit. It was really good. I think you got to watch them all together, I reckon. And I'm looking forward to Jessica Jones in it. I think it'll be nice to bring some of the old Defenders back in from Netflix. So
is Luke Cage?
No, I don't think so.
Who knows? As long as they don't bring back Danny Rand, I don't care. No Iron Fist. Just Iron Fist. Yeah. I just think they just didn't go anywhere good with that one. But hey, you never know, because that could tie into Spider-Man. This is what my hopes are. If I keep watching this and I see a little bit of Frank,
well, they did
a little bit of
they did announce the Punisher special.
Oh yes, that's right. So there's Punisher special coming straight after Daredevil, isn't it? So
the week after Daredevil finishes.
That'll be good.
So hopefully that leads into it.
That'd be awesome too. So maybe Frank's in this one as well, because I think they could really do some little tie-ins in this one, because it can't work unless they're different times, right? Matt was in the other one, so we know he's around. So yeah, who knows? But he won't remember who Spider-Man is. He won't remember Peter Parker, so that's okay. All right. Yeah, we need to do a rewatch of some of the MCU stuff at the end of the year, just to get ready for the Doomsday and the Doomsday. Man, that's going to be a shit day. We're going to take the week off. No, the week.
Yeah.
There's so many movies. A week. You got to watch 42 movies and TV shows, and then 2 other movies, and then watch 10 hours of cinema. I think about it, Dune Part 3's got to be 3 hours. Doomsday's got to be 3 hours. There's no way it can't be. It's got to be pretty close to it. So that'll be a very exciting December. All right, boys, that is it. We have made it to the end of another episode, and that was really good. Really enjoyed talking about it. So again, I thank you for making me watch part 2. It was an awesome movie, and again, looking forward to part 3 coming up in December this year. So we are at the end. Again, one final shout out to you two. Obviously, appreciate your time. Love the fact that we can get together and do this every week. And again, it has been very busy. Andy and I have been away. Rich has had everyone sick in the family, in the house. So to get everyone on board for an episode this week, I really appreciate you guys for just jumping in and doing it. Again, for everyone, last time, as always, please like, subscribe, rate, comment, ask us a question, tell us something. Yeah, Rich. I saw a finger.
One last thought. I just looked at one review. I never thought of it this way. Popular review on Letterboxd for Dune Part 2. Damn, it sucks when your boyfriend gets really high and thinks he's Jesus.
Maybe it's all just a dream. That's the greatest take ever. That's
I
what it
didn't think
is.
of it that way.
Yeah, you
That's
know,
what it is.
Gets a bit high.
That's the end of the movie.
That is it. It's Paul wakes up and it's the beginning. Nothing's real. Nothing's real. Him and his dad are just going to Arrakis.
We'll leave it at
He
that
just
one.
wakes up on the way.
He just wakes up on
Yep.
the ship going, "Ooh."
Whoa.
And,
It went
when they get there, and there's already water. Somebody's like, oh, it's not really a desert. Is it?
Yeah.
Spice on the south.
Oh,
You should have saved that
that's a
to
good
the
one.
very end, Rich. That's amazing. So everyone, don't get high and don't think that you're Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh, it's pretty poignant considering it's Easter. There you go. Happy Easter, everyone. Again, everyone, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Please leave something down. Give us something to talk about. Give us some suggestions of what you'd like us to watch as well, because those kind of bits of feedback would be really good, because there may be something that you'd like us to actually tackle and have a look at. But again, thank you everyone for watching. Really appreciate everyone's time. For those who celebrate, again, have a wonderful Easter. For those who don't, enjoy the break. And we will see you next week for another episode of HypeCheckPod. All right, everyone, have a wonderful short week, depending where you live. And we'll see you next week. See you, everyone.
Bye.